Everybody talking about the ring,
Yes.
the engagement. So am I saying congratulations right
You
now?
are saying congratulations to me. And if we're torn between Britney and Beyonce, we're doing pretty good. I don't know if there is a new Hannah.
Ooh.
This is the only Hannah. Baby, when we dream as one.
Hey Miley, how's it going?
Good, thanks for being here.
Of course, I gotta start by addressing the elephant in the room, okay? I was getting notifications on the way here. Everybody talking about the ring,
Yes.
the engagement. So am I saying congratulations right
You
now?
are saying congratulations to me.
Congratulations.
Thank
How are you
so
feeling?
much. You know what? It's the perfect timing, especially sitting here today speaking about these kind of the film's, theme and Avatar, when it's really about love, resilience, building from the ground up, and it's just totally perfectly aligned and in sync with my personal life. And I think that's when I kind of find what really excites me creatively is when something that's affecting me, kind of on that human, more quiet level gets to be infused into something like Avatar. I can see like a small piece of myself in something so large scale.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. And I already feel like a little bestie over here. I'm being like, girl, are we thinking long engagement, big wedding? Have you even thought of any of this stuff yet?
Well, I've been kind of in this Avatar world right now, and now with the holidays coming up, I'll have a little bit more time to think about it. But, my instinct is always to enjoy every moment for as long as you possibly can. And then when that starts kind of, you feel that you've felt the full excitement of what that can be, then you get to try something else. But I've never been someone that's just needing kind of the next thing and the next thing, the next thing. I've tried to enjoy.
Love that. I'll try to take some of that advice myself.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the film. I mean, it's such an emotional roller coaster of a film. So how was it to create a song that people are kind of like listening to as they're processing the end of the movie and walking out of the theaters, they're hearing your voice?
Yeah. So, last night was the first time as I was at the premiere getting to hear the song, not only in the film and it's kind of full fantasy, because I saw it in all different stages of it kind of growing and not fully done. And so now seeing it with other people and watching them go through the journey of Fire and Ash and hearing the song, I really fell in love with the song more deeply after watching the film with other people, because always community and watching people feel the same emotion all together, it's always, again, the most kind of inspiring and fulfilling. You can see it kind of touching people's hearts in a different way than you can when you're so close to it in the writing process. It's such a individualized and kind of internal songwriting process for me, but then when it becomes external and everyone's sharing it together, that's what makes me really proud.
I love that. And you said how like it was personal for you, it's following your story. So is there a character that you kind of like connected to when you watched the film? Because I love Spider. I was like obsessed with his plot in this one.
Totally. Well, I think for me, I can see myself kind of a little bit in everyone, and that kind of tug of war between kind of the good side of ourselves and the bad side, and where a lot of our kind of darkest parts of ourselves usually come from sorts of trauma, which I can't give too much away, but that's a big part of the film, is not looking at, bad is bad, but looking at it as what happened, what kind of hardened your heart in that way. And so I can see myself in kind of everyone. And I also kind of love, nature is such an important part of my life. Growing up in Nashville, growing up on the farm, and being every day for me was spent around animals and kind of feeling my feet in the grass. And so I really kind of relate to the world of Pandora in general.
Nice, and I want to talk about some things Miley related. So, of course, something everybody, your fans included, have been discussing is your thoughts on touring. And when I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, well, would you ever just consider setting up shop somewhere? Like the Sphere, like
You
a
know me, I love to
residency?
set up shop. My favorite thing to do is to perform in the lobbies of hotels, because then I just go up to my room. And people don't believe me, but that actually happens. The part that I don't like is you're getting in the car, you're going underground, you're walking through. By the way, the backstage of a venue is nothing like what the audience experiences.
Never is.
There's a locker room. I'm not getting ready in the locker room. So I like when there's a suite upstairs. I walk down to the lobby, you go to the piano, and then I get in the elevator and I
Oh my
go back
God.
upstairs. So that's kind of my favorite thing. And I think for me, the thing that doesn't really kind of, I have to have a heart on fire feeling for anything that I do. And I don't love the scale of when it's such large scale, so many thousands of people, you lose that kind of one-on-one, more intimate connection. And I've always kind of challenged the thought that the stage is also above everyone because I like to be in it with everybody. I actually tried to redo when I was on a tour of 98 dates. I wanted all the stages to be lowered so I could be with everybody. And so these shows that I'm doing now that are more intimate, I just get such a more fulfilled feeling when I'm in that elevator going back up to the suite because I've gotten to see people laugh and look me in the eye. And there's just, sometimes I get into these bits with people, strangers, that all of a sudden we just have a connection or a chemistry and they become kind of a part of the show. And there's something a little old school about it too that feels like you never know what's going to happen. It's in the intimate setting, it's kind of more confrontational.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm signing up for the Miley Cyrus lobby tour.
Hotel lobby.
Hotel lobby tour.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. And I don't know if you've talked about this lately, but I loved seeing you on stage on tour with Beyonce. That was crazy.
Me too.
To see you guys
If it ain't
perform
gonna be in the hotel lobby, it needs to be in
like,
Paris with me.
What? How was that? Like,
That was
watching
everything.
it was incredible.
That was everything. And what I realized was when we talk about the heart on fire feeling, she has that for touring, for performing. She loves it. I couldn't believe how many times she was willing to rehearse it with me because she's on the tour. So she's already got it down. But I wanted to rehearse, soundtrack. I wasn't used to the scale of her stage that she's doing every night. And she just wanted to keep doing it with me. And never did I see her not having joy on her face of putting the show together. It actually gives me chills. And she's just like so fab. She's everything you'd want her to be in person. And she is the true meaning of a professional, kind to everyone, saying hello to all my crew, all of hers, and then doing the sickest show you've ever seen.
Love it. Queen on queen action.
Yeah, love her.
And I want to ask you, I mean, after asking that question, I don't know if this is okay, but what would you say? You've done so many amazing collaborations. What is your like top favorite collaboration? I have one in my head. I'm hoping. But
Okay, I want to hear yours.
What? No, what's yours? You got to
My
go first.
top favorite collaboration, honestly, I am going to say Beyonce because I
Okay.
just feel like I could have gone home after that.
All right, I mean,
Like-
true.
Like, just go home.
All right, I was going to say cat, walk, slick,
Oh my God,
talk,
we talked about that
flirting
this
with the
morning.
big dogs.
Okay, you're right.
Hey.
Listen, if we're torn between Britney and Beyonce, we're doing pretty good. And,
Killing it.
Yeah, we've been talking about my book titles. That's a good one too. From
Ooh.
Britney to Beyonce.
Oh, wow. Done. Done. Everybody's buying
Sign.
it. New York Times bestseller
That's
list.
what I'm saying.
Amen to that. And then, of course, I wanted to also talk to you about, 20 years of Hannah Montana's coming up.
Yeah.
So I heard you already drop some hints that you
Yeah.
might be doing some stuff. What would you want to give to fans? Like, where do you see the celebration going?
For me, I love looking back at the growth between both of us because it's very rare that someone grows up with their fan base. That now when I used to look out and I was 15 years old and I'd look out and see 15-year-olds and now I'm looking out as a grown woman, I look out and see other grown people. And so what I want to do is really kind of honor just the longevity of the relationship that we've built because it's Hannah Montana. It outgrew the kind of fantasy. It became the reality of my life and something that was just about, kind of a regular girl getting to have this extraordinary life by being almost someone that she's not and then turning my life into having this life because of being who I really am and authenticity. So getting to kind of celebrate that, Girl, 20 years is like a
It's
long
wild.
time.
It's wild.
Especially some of these kids in Avatar. Yesterday, they came in and, some of the cast were saying, we love you, but we only know Miley because we were born in 2006. And that's when the show came out. And that was a whole thing.
That is
they were like,
a
but we've
thing.
seen reruns on Disney Plus. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, shit, you were born the year that I was like, the show came out. So yeah, so it's cool to be able to be a part of this Disney legacy now, standing with someone like James Cameron that's kind of been with Disney as long as I have, and then also getting to kind of celebrate where Hannah was and how she got me to where I am.
And you mentioned Disney Plus. I think about like how High School Musical kind of had like its resurgence when they redid a series.
Yeah.
If they were able to like reboot Hannah Montana, redo it, what would that look like? Would you want to be involved, or would you like they need to cast a new Hannah?
I don't know if there is a new Hannah.
Ooh.
This is the only Hannah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Uh-huh.
I love that. I love that. And then something else you said on the carpet that I thought was really interesting. You talked about party in the USA and how you don't feel like there's a party in the USA right now. Love that, stealing that. But if there was to be a moment, I wanted to ask you, like with the Britney reference in there and the Jay-Z, if you had to give that to two different people to celebrate right now,
OMG.
what would you change it to?
That is such a good question.
Ooh, thank you.
That's really good. What are we saying? It's so like Britney and Jay-Z, like that was so perfect for that. I like, couldn't even imagine it being someone else. I mean, I'm not taking Britney out.
Okay. Listen, I stand by that.
And B's
you know
gonna
I
come
stand
for me
by
if I
that.
take Jay-Z out. So they get to be, but honestly, my music now has like, it's grown like so much. It's become so kind of eclectic that I feel like those are the perfect ones for Party in the USA.
Okay. And then I feel like you've had an incredible career. Like, one of my favorite moments was watching you at the Grammys with Mariah Carey.
Hello.
And, like, I was watching you react to the moment,
React.
and I was like, this is incredible. So, when you think about your career, what do you want to accomplish now? Like, where do you go next? From Avatar, all these things.
Listen, okay, speaking of Mariah, she came in, gave me that award, and got in the car and left. She didn't even sit down. That's what I aspire to be, okay? You walk in, you wear your gorgeous gown, you say hello, I'm Mariah Carey, you'll never forget, and then that's that. So I love that kind of, she has like a legendary confidence where she knows like she is MC. And so I think what I love about those women is that they just make really good choices of when they show up. And I think that it's more about focusing on what you don't do than what you do sometimes. I'm not afraid, I've said this a lot, of not being busy. What I want to be is purposeful, meaningful, thoughtful. I want everything that I create to be able to stand behind. And that just comes from, I talk about trial and error a lot, trying on a lot of different personas. And someone like Mariah has been so consistent. That's something that I really respect about her, is I feel like she's always kind of been very clear on who she is musically, sonically, her look. There's been such a iconic consistency to her. And now that I'm starting to find kind of my pocket of what I feel really suits me and is really authentic to me, just choosing things that are only aligned with that. And if they're not, then they're a no.
Done.
It's a no-no.
Mariah.
It's a no-no.
A no-no.
It's a no-no.
Oh, obsessed. Well, I'm going to say you should call Jay-Z. Let's make a Hannah Montana Super Bowl moment. Boom.
Hello.
Done.
You're
That's
speaking
it.
into the future.
That's it. Thank you so much.
You must be reading my diary.
Thank you.